Hi folks, this is my second video on watercolors. I thought this topic would be rather important. It's kind of personal. You are what you paint. Okay, you remember that. Everything that you experienced in your life, a lot of the stuff comes from your childhood, all your interest levels, the people that you've met, the places that you've been to, all dictate what you choose to paint. As you get older, your experiences grow. I hope, or I'm thinking you might want to see value in other experiences and topics and subject matter. So for example, I grew up in Thunder Bay. I was a Boy Scout. I enjoyed the great outdoors and I love landscape. When I first started out doing paintings on my own, I was doing landscapes because it's what I knew. And that's the other thing. You should always paint what you're comfortable with and what you know. Otherwise, it's just going to be an exploratory experience and probably the first few paintings will be very discouraging. Anyways, I moved on from landscape to doing something that was very common to do back in the 70s, which was barns, and Robert Bateman and Michael Dumas and Glenn Lotes were doing animals and birds. And I did not want to follow that trend. Artists like to try something a little bit different and new so you can stand out and have your own voice. So I was doing things a little more left field. Believe it or not, I was painting dead birds. I was finding them on the side of the road. It wasn't about blood and guts or anything, it was just about still life and color. So I collected them, I put them in my freezer, and I painted them one day in a still life, and I quite enjoyed the experience, but that was the end of my little bird experience. I moved on to other things like painting the ocean and painting water. So being a big fan of fishing, I walked a lot of rivers and creeks and streams, and that sort of started to enter my artwork. And that was fun. I enjoyed Lake Superior. I grew up and was able to afford a house in Nova Scotia so I could paint the ocean. And that was just a continuum in my life of what I found exciting and fascinating. The other bit that I found myself growing into was antiques. And growing up in Thunder Bay, everybody had, furniture that was purchased out of the Simpson Sears catalog, including my mother. I never really understood the world of antiques until my English teacher invited me out to his barn, and he showed me all these unfinished antiques that he had collected. He had gone to Queens, and he was really quite a revelation for me. I just totally fell in love with the texture and the patina and the designs that were 150 years old. So I started collecting antiques myself. And I was collecting unusual things coming out of Montreal, cupboards, cabinets from the Mennonites, antique toys. I bought a rocking horse from Ireland that was 100 years old, and I did a painting of it. That just never stopped. I just love affair with old things, almost thinking of buying back my childhood, which I found kind of fascinating. And I'm still like that today. So I've grown in and morphed into painting bushes, close-ups, trees that have fallen, and I'm just looking around here, painting the East Coast, Newfoundland. Skies are a real challenge for me. I did a whole series of lighthouses because they were very symbolic, and that became very personal. And that's what you need to do. You need to find your own voice and something that's a little bit different, not mainstream. I guess in a sense I was probably wanting to stand out from the maddening creative crowd and find my own subject matter. And I'm still doing that to this day. So that's kind of all I needed to say about the video too. Subject matter is everything. Once you learn how to draw and paint, it's what you choose to do with it. So it's kind of an important factor when you enter the art world. The next video, I hope you'll join me and give a like and subscribe to that and this video, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.